Good morning, O'Neill. I hope everyone's having an amazing day today and had a lovely Thanksgiving break. Today is Monday, November 30th, and we are one day away from December. Can you believe it? Oh, there's a lot of things going on, a lot of fun to have, and a lot of learning to still do. And we are going to be starting map testing. And so our students who are in third, fourth, fifth, and sixth grade will be doing map testing, English reading and math and English as well. And please make sure to find a comfy place in your house, not a lot of distractions, to be able to take the map test. This test really helps our teachers see your progression and help you make some goals for yourself with learning. Also with specials, please make sure that you are logging into Canvas for art, music, and PE. We want to make sure that you get to those Canvas pages so you can get to the appropriate Zoom as well as see your assignments. So make sure to get onto Canvas to get to art, music, and PE. All right. Well, today I have a lovely story for you called Two Miss Gibsons. And this is a really awesome story about two different women, two different cultures, but there's so many similarities. And I love using this story for the reading strategy of compare and contrast. Remember, compare is when you think of things that are the same, and contrast is when you think of those things that are different. Sometimes you'll see one of those Venn diagrams, that kind of look like that. Well, I want you to think about, while I'm reading today, the similarities between the two Miss Gibsons and the things that are different, the contrasting things. And, and another part of this story that is great is that all families are different and all families are special in every way. And so during the holiday times, I'm always thinking about families, my own and yours, and just that every family is different, but deep down we all love each other and love you. And that's what family's all about. So let's go ahead and read Two Miss Gibsons. And this is by Toyomi Ingus. I once knew two Miss Gibsons. This Miss Gibson was tall. Her skin was the color of chocolate. She was born in America in a place called Tennessee. This Miss Gibson was small. Her skin was the color of vanilla ice cream. She was born in Japan in a place called Gifu. This Miss Gibson gave hugs that were like being wrapped up in a great fat bearskin rug. Come here and give me some sugar, she would say. This Miss Gibson gave hugs that were like being wrapped in a light down-filled comforter. At bedtime, she'd stroke my hair and hum Sakura until I fell asleep. This Miss Gibson was loud. She had a big laugh and a big voice, which would get louder when she was angry or when she was singing. And she seemed to be singing all the time. This little heart of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This Miss Gibson was quiet. She would cover her mouth when she laughed, so you could never see her teeth. And when she was angry, she got even quieter. This Miss Gibson had small hands that could make the littlest, prettiest strokes of a pen when she would write out names in Japanese. Kumiki, Akimi, Toyomi, Yoshirtiu. This Miss Gibson had big hands. They looked like they covered all the keys in the piano when she played her favorite spirituals. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine, let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Sometimes this Miss Gibson would look kind of sad, and then she would let me dress up in one of her kimonos she had packed away in an old trunk. These very special, she would say, as she tied the obi around my waist. Don't get dirty. The other Miss Gibson's clothes were much too big for me to dress up in, but I liked to wear her fancy hats. This is my Sunday going to meetin' hat, she would say, and she'd take a long pointy hat pin out of my hand. Don't get it dirty now. In the evening in the garden, this Miss Gibson would help me make magical lamps by catching fireflies and putting them in a jelly jar. They would glow and glow, and then we'd let them go. All right. Later at dinner time, this Miss Gibson would make more magic. Her hands would turn little bits of napkins into a whole flock of long-necked cranes. We would throw them into the air where we could fly high and then flutter down to the ground. Happy birds, she would always say. This Miss Gibson had a pot of rice cooking. We would eat it with bits of meat and vegetables on it with plenty of shoyu. Anytime we were hungry, she would take her long chopsticks and stir up dinner in a blink of an eye. This Miss Gibson always had a pot of greens cooking. Turnip greens, dandelion greens, mustard greens from the garden. Everything she cooked seemed to take a long, long time. This Miss Gibson had short curly hair that she would oil and braid up every night while she listened to the radio. She liked to braid my hair too, but she would always give me one big fat braid that would hang down over my forehead. I didn't like that braid, so I would go to the other Miss Gibson and she'd take it out. This Miss Gibson used to have long, stick-straight hair, but she'd cut it short and tried to make it curly. She said she wanted to be more American. This Miss Gibson's other name is Katsumi. Everyone called her Cats or Connie because they couldn't pronounce Kazumi. This Miss Gibson's other name was Viola. Everyone called her Vi or Reverend Gibson because she was a church minister. I called her Nanny because she was my grandmother. And I called Katsumi Mommy because she was my mother. I once knew two Miss Gibsons. They were very different, but they had a lot in common. They both loved my daddy, and they both loved me. The end. That's a great story. And you know what? I love you too. And I'm very different from both of these Miss Gibsons. And, I just hope you have a wonderful week and keep learning and keep growing. And today, I hope you have a magnificent Monday.